Hi, this is Megan Dryden, and the TED Talk I'd like to review is titled How Students of Color Confront the Imposter Syndrome. The TED Talk speaker is Dena Simmons, and the topic really discussed assimilation issues and racial identity issues. And she started with telling her personal story, and it was about her balancing her desire to keep her culture along with her educational attainment goals. And her story started off with she being the child of a single mother and they living in the Bronx. I think she had a sibling too. And how she loved the environment in the Bronx. She loved, the merengue music playing, and she loved the elders sitting on the step and everyone talking and playing dominoes, and she loved the environment. But at the same time, it was a drug-infested community, and her mom was a single mom doing the best that she could. And so the mother decided to seek out some scholarships, and she whisked the kids off to Connecticut. And this woman, Dena, was put into a boarding school in Connecticut, where she really began to thrive and did well, but then also suffered by losing parts of her culture. She missed her neighborhood. And also she said that she had a couple different experiences, not only with her peers, but also with the teaching staff. A couple examples of that is that she said that the teachers kept correcting her on the way she pronounced her language, her words. And she said that not only would they do it, criticizing her, but they would do it publicly, and it just emotionally scarred her. But then also she was saying that she noticed that even in this dorm-style environment, that the students would, if she walked into a room and somebody had valuables out, they would all of a sudden become a little bit more guarded, and she didn't understand why people would assume that she would be the one who would be the thief. And also she said that even when she was in her own room, how people would come in, and if they saw some grease out that she would use to oil her scalp, that people would all of a sudden be really critical and start talking about, oh, that's so disgusting. So that's kind of the beginning of the talk. But anyway, she said that she turned out to be the success story. She dealt with those things and ended up doing really well. She stayed in New England. She went to college in New England. She ended up getting her PhD from Columbia and ended up being the recipient of a Fulbright scholarship and a Soros scholarship, and also got on as a faculty member at Yale to teach. So she now struggles with why, to be successful, she had to be stripped of her culture and her identity. And so that's kind of the research that she's been doing and has been evaluating. Let's see. So for some of our questions, that was the topic. And I believe that the audience for this TED Talk is really everyone, but I think especially the audience is educators. I think it's people who are interested in diversity issues, and gender issues. I think it's people, not just educators, but people who are open to new ideas, transformative ideas, systemic issues, and trying to brainstorm on how to change them. Those are typically the kind of people who are interested in TED Talks generally. Let's see. I think the objective, I thought for her, she was real solution oriented. And so she went on to talk about her struggle, but then said that after she had received all these accolades, how she later returned to the Bronx to become a teacher within her own school district, and how she was able to blend the idea of having an academically challenging environment, but blending that with the students' culture and history, and embracing that instead of maybe instead of people feeling like they had to abandon that. The talk didn't include any props, graphics, or videos. It was just her standing up there talking, which I thought was a big draw, and it's something that I like to incorporate in my Monica talk. And my final presentation is just being really comfortable on film and on stage. It was really relatable, which is one of the things that attracted me to her TED Talk. And it was engaging, and she was very relaxed, and I felt like I identified with the subject matter, so it drew me in right away.